Hey everyone, it's Emmi. It's been a long time since I've filmed or posted a video, and it's not that I haven't done makeup. If you follow me on Instagram, I've done a lot of makeup, especially over Halloween. I did quite a bit. I've just been working. I work 3 days a week now, and I don't know, been a little stressful, I guess. I've been giving myself too many other projects that I'm trying to work on. So this has just kind of fallen to the background a bit. And also I just haven't had any new makeup to play with. So I've been in kind of a makeup slump where I haven't really wanted to bring out my older products. I've wanted to play with new stuff, and I just haven't had the money to buy new stuff, or I just haven't, I can't access what I want easily. I don't like shopping online. I like to buy things in store. But long story short, my parents took my younger siblings over to Hawaii for a holiday, and my little sister picked up a Jeffree Star palette for me, and I'm pretty excited because I've wanted to play with the Jeffree Star eyeshadows for a long time. I have 3 of his liquid lipsticks. I've got Mistletoe, Weirdo, and Blue Velvet. And I do really like them. I don't tend to wear them very often because it's green, black, and blue. And I just don't tend to wear those in everyday life. I can't really wear them to my office job. So they're kind of sitting in my drawer, not being used. And now I have an eyeshadow palette. So I'm very excited to play with it. I hope I can come up with a pretty good look, pretty decent makeup look with it. And I just want to test out the quality of the eyeshadows, because obviously you hear that they're very good. But I don't know, I'm iffy on reviews on YouTube at the moment. I have a few people that I follow that I really like and that I really trust, but a few people that I do trust don't review Jeffree Star products. So I don't know if they are actually good, or if it's the people that are saying they're good are trying to get on his good side, or are, friends with him, that kind of thing. So I'm very interested to try them out. So I will be doing an 80s inspired look this afternoon on my friend Maddie. She has an Instagram page, Maddie's Adventures. It started out as a travel blog with her and her partner while they were traveling through Asia and Europe last year. And now she just kind of posts about like her daily life, so kind of like a lifestyle blog, I guess. And she has some of the most gorgeous photos of Europe and Asia on there. You definitely have to check it out. But yeah, I will be using this palette on her this afternoon to do a 80s inspired look. And that will be posted on my page and most likely her page. So you should definitely check her page out. But yeah, so getting into the palette. So the palette that I have is the Jeffree Star Mini Breaker palette. So this was the mini palette that came out with his Jawbreaker full-size, like big palette. I don't have the Jawbreaker palette. My little sister has it, but I honestly prefer the mini palette anyway, because the Jawbreaker has a lot more pastel colors, and I just don't think I'll use pastel colors that often. And I find that a lot with Jeffree Star palettes is, like, there's certain ones that I want, but they just have so many colors that I would never use, like pastel colors, or like kind of strange shimmer colors, or like the Blue Blood palette. There's just so many blues. But then I really need blues. It's like the one color that I don't have is blue. And then I really like the nudes in there, but then I feel like there's too many shades of blue, if that makes sense. And then what's the red one? I can't remember now.
3 hours later.
Blood Sugar, the Blood Sugar palette. I feel like I have so many reds and purples that I don't need that palette either, as much as I would love to try it out. I feel like there's just, I don't know. I do really like the Alien palette, and I do really like the Shane Dawson palette. Probably more the Mini Controversy. So I might pick that up when it's back in stock, but I want the one with the green shade, because that green shade is amazing. So yeah, at the moment I have the Mini Jawbreaker. So this is what the outside packaging looks like. So you've got all the ingredients there. Wow, that's really cool. So they have the different ingredients that they have in each shade listed. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think I've just seen bulk like ingredient lists. So that's cool that they've broken it down to each shade, because obviously each shade is gonna have different pigments and everything in it. That's cool. And then this is the actual palette. So obviously it looks like, so in America they call them jawbreakers, and here I can't think of what we call them. We don't call them jawbreakers though. Oh my god, I feel really stupid right now. They were like my favorite lolly as a kid, now I can't remember. So I'm pretty sure we don't call them jawbreakers in Australia. I just know what they are from Ed, Edd and Eddy when that played on Cartoon Network. But it has a big mirror, and then this is the palette, the colors. So these colors, if you've seen the makeup that I do, these colors are very, very up my alley. Orange, purples, and like kind of cool tone browns is pretty much what I wear all the time. And this mustard shade is gorgeous. So obviously you can see I have played with this a little bit. I kind of don't like doing first impression videos. I'd rather go into it kind of knowing how the eyeshadow works a little bit before trying to use it on camera, because I feel like first impressions don't give you a proper idea of what the palette's like, of what the product is really like. You know, like I could go in saying, oh, first impressions, I don't like this foundation, and then like a few weeks later I'll be like, oh, I just needed to change my primer and now I love this foundation. Like, you know, I feel like it's just too hard to go in for first impressions, and you know, you're not going to get the right thing. It's been too long since I filmed. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
So anyway, this is a palette. I don't know what kind of look I want to do right now. I kind of think I want to do, I don't know, a purple look. And then this orange shade, it's coming up on camera. You can see it's got a bit of shimmer in it. It's not actually a shimmery shade. It's a matte orange shade with then gold glitters in it, like micro glitters. So they're very fine little glitters. I did play with this shade and try to see if you can work it without putting on a glitter glue primer or a glitter primer. And I think you really need to use a glitter primer to get the glitter particles to stick. Otherwise they just kind of blend away.
Get on with it.
So yeah, we might just get straight into it. I'm just gonna prime with the Essence Camouflage Concealer. This is the old packaging. So the new packaging looks like this, and it is a lot more matte. It dries down, it's very dry. If you have dry eyelids or dry under eyes, if you want to use it as a concealer, don't use this. You don't want to use this. So I am going to do my foundation last, just because I know that these eyeshadows do have quite a bit of fallout. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna prime with this concealer. I need a mirror because I don't have one in front of me because I'm an idiot. And this is at an awkward angle, so I'm gonna be looking down. And I should probably zoom you in so you can actually see what I'm doing on my eyes. I'm hoping that this all comes out looking all right. I haven't filmed in so long. I can't remember what settings I had for everything. I'm redoing the room that I film in, so everything is quite possibly shit. I don't know. I won't know until I edit this video, so hopefully everything looks alright. And I apologize for the fact that you have to look at my gross face right now. Alright, so one thing I am going to do, because this palette doesn't have a shade that I can use for this. Hang on, just pin my fringe back because it is actually driving me nuts. So I'm just going to take the Chi Chi Paparazzi Princess palette, and I'm just going to take this light shade here, and I'm just going to set my brow bone because I'm just going to do it, okay? I don't want these colors to like not blend, or to blend all the way up there. I'd rather have them have something to blend into. So starting on the palette. So from my crease down to my lash line is not set, so that is completely wet concealer. I'm a little bit stressed about this. So I'm gonna go in with Purple Punch, which is the matte dark purple shade. And I'm actually gonna be doing my eyeshadow a little bit differently to how I normally would. I would normally start with a lighter shade and work my way darker and smaller, if that makes sense. Whereas today I'm going to be doing it kind of reversed. So I'm going to be using the smallest brush first and going into the crease, and then using, like, slowly letting my brushes get a bit bigger and blending out the edges with the lighter shades. So I'm going to be taking Purple Punch, like I said, the darkest purple shade in the middle there. And I'm just going straight into my crease. And I kind of have the brush angled down a little bit so that I'm not blending above my crease. And I'm not worried if it goes on my lid because I might end up doing a halo eye or a cut crease, so I'm not too stressed. So dipping in again and just really lightly kind of tapping it on, and then swiping a bit. I'm just really building up that color because I want that to be the darkest shade, because there's not really anything in this palette to make it darker, so I'm just going to try and build it up by itself. And then I think I will do a halo eye, so I'm going to bring it in on the corners, kind of just wiggling that brush, bringing the color into the center of the lid. I'm not too stressed about this because the gold shade is so dark. And that's probably what I'm going to use in the center. So I'll do the gold shade in the center, and because the gold is such a dark, I don't know, would you say that's antique? I would say that's an antique gold. So I'm not stressed about like blending this in to be lighter in the center because that gold shade's so dark, it's just going to cover it anyway. So I just want to make sure that the outer corners are as dark as they can be. I'm really nervous that this technique isn't going to blend. Hopefully it will. So I'm just going to take a slightly bigger little domed brush. This is the e.l.f. contour brush, but it's like teeny tiny. And then I'm going to go into the shade Foreplay, which is like this kind of bubblegum purpley color. It's not quite bubblegum pink, it's more of like a purple, kind of that weird purpley Barbie pink, if that makes sense. I'm just making sure that I tap off the color from the brush to try and minimize how much fallout I get. And then I'm just going to blend that over the edges. And this is very similar to how like Nikki Tutorials does her eyeshadow, which is really the opposite of how I do mine, but works for her, so we'll see. I'm just hoping that this doesn't dull down that purple, the deep purple shade. Also, while I'm doing this, you'll notice the brush is angled upward toward my brow, and this will just kind of do the work for me so I don't have to try and wiggle my brush too much. It's literally just like windshield wiper motions. And I don't know if this technique is really working because I feel like there's a really harsh line between those two colors. And I'm just going on the edge of that Foreplay color to just make sure that that edge is nicely blended. I feel like that is nicely blended, but the other color doesn't want to blend into it. I feel like it just looks very harsh. So what I might do is go back into the darker purple. So I'm going to take the first brush again and go back into Purple Punch, the darker color, and angle it up like that last brush and blend it into Foreplay. Just very, very lightly. I'm barely putting any pressure on this brush. I think that's probably as blended as we're gonna get. It looks very harsh on camera, but in person, it's pretty blended. But just in case, I might just take Purple Punch on this brush, just because this is slightly more fluffy, and just very, very lightly, barely touching, just dust it over a little bit. Alright, I think that is the best I'm gonna get that. And I might just use this brush to just kind of blend that bit a little bit more. I feel like that looks pretty good, right? And then to put the gold on, so I'm just going to take Slice and I'm just going to use this little like packing brush, and I'm just going to pick that up. And for this shade, I'm not like swiping or anything. I'm literally just kind of like bouncing the brush in there a little bit just to pick up that product and to kind of not get as much fallout in the pan. I find that this kind of tapping, well, not even tapping, I'm really more like pressing, almost like I'm trying to press it back together. I find that this way you just get a less fallout from the shimmer shades. And I'm just going to press and kind of drag the tiniest bit more than really swipe this across. I'm taking that up to the crease as well. So I haven't tapped back into my palette at all yet. I've just used what product I put on my brush, and look how far that's gone. There we go. I might just do a little bit more just over the center. And then I'm just going to take the first brush that we used for the purple, and I'm just flicking the edges in, almost like I'm flicking that gold off the purple. And then I might just dip into Purple Punch and just go over the edges a little bit. I love purple and gold. It's probably one of my favorite combinations. Cool, I like how that looks. I'm happy with that. And then just for the sake of doing it, I'm going to take Purple Punch on this kind of angled brush. This is actually a paintbrush. And I'm just gonna line my eyes a bit. I just feel like this kind of makes the halo eye look a little less strange. It makes the gold stand out more if I've got purple down here as well. Cool. It looks like I have so many different colors on my eyes, but it's literally only like 3 colors. I've literally only used Purple Punch, Foreplay, and Slice. They're the only colors that I've used. And I don't know, at least on camera, it looks like I've used so many. And I haven't even used Foreplay like on my lid, whereas it looks like there's like a bit of a pink kind of transition there. The eyeshadow is just kind of doing that by itself. I'm not mad though, I really like it. So I'm just gonna go off camera and I'll do the other eye. And then I'll probably do my eyebrows and my face. Yeah, so I'll be back in a second. All right, so I have pretty much finished my face makeup, but I'm gonna finish the eyes. And I was gonna just do like the matte purple under my eyes and you know, that normal shtick. But I actually, unpopular opinion, I love shimmer on the bottom lash line. I feel like it adds, I don't know, like a wet kind of look to the eye, and I really, really like that. So I'm going to go in with the Bite Me color, which is this dark shimmery purple, and I'm just going to put that on the bottom lash line, and we will see how that looks. I'm probably going to do it off camera because now my camera is telling me that my battery is dying, so awesome. I'll put this on my bottom lash line and then put mascara and lashes and everything on off camera and my lips, and then I will film the little outro final bit and let you know what I think overall of this palette. Alright, so this is the finished look. All I did was put this shade Bite Me, which is just a purple shimmer shade, on the bottom lash line, and then I took this shade, which is like a duochrome, kind of purple shifts to blue color called Oral. I put that on the bottom lash line as well, but closer to the tear duct in here. I don't know if it's super picking up on camera, but it does look really nice in person, and it kind of just makes my blue eyes stand out a little bit more. And then I just highlighted the inner corner with the Merry Luminizer. Lashes, I don't actually know what lashes these are. So I feel like these are Sephora ones. They kind of look like the Ardell Wispies, but they're like too curled, if that makes sense. So I've kind of put them on a funny way that makes it not look like they're not as curly as what they actually are. But yeah, I just prefer the like kind of wispy looking lashes because then you can actually see the makeup through them. I don't like super thick lashes, especially when I've spent as long as what I have doing my makeup. So yeah, I think that's everything I needed to say. So final thoughts about the palette. I do really like it. The shades are really nice and easy to blend. I really like the colors. They're really nice and easy to blend. I didn't use these 4 colors in today's video, but I have used them outside of this video, and they're pretty nice. If you could buy the shades individually, I probably would go out of my way to purchase the shimmer shades, but the matte shades, I feel like there's nothing special about them. They're pretty much exactly the same as what I already have in my kit. I feel like I already have these colors in some way. Maybe not the mustard color. That's probably one of the only colors that I'm missing. But honestly, yeah, I mean, I like it, and I like this palette, and I would definitely use this palette together a lot. But I definitely don't feel like you need to go out of your way to get this. It is, price-wise, I feel like it's definitely worth it. These eyeshadow pans are a lot bigger than normal eyeshadow pans. I'll just show you compared to the Chi Chi Paparazzi Princess eyeshadows. So this obviously has a lot more colors in it, but these pans are huge compared to this. In saying that, they're still smaller than what I thought they would be. So I feel like when you see these on video, like they look like they're giant, but they're not as big as what they look, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you know what the Chi Chi palettes look like, this is what it looks like compared to the Chi Chi palettes. So it does look a lot bigger, but you know, it's not that much bigger. You get more colors in this. This is $29, and these eyeshadows, I don't actually know how much these eyeshadow palettes are. I probably should have checked that before I came on here, but I don't think they're $29. They might be $29 Australian, but I don't think they're $29 US. I don't know. I'm torn. I do like it. It's a good palette. I like it. I like the color story. I feel like you can get quite a few looks out of this. I don't know. You guys know how much I love my Chi Chi palettes. Everyone knows how much I love my Chi Chi palettes. They're the only eyeshadows I use in my kit. I go on about them to all my clients when I'm using them on them. And I feel like this is on par with them. Do I feel like it's anything special? Not really. I wouldn't go out of my way for it because I feel like, again, Chi Chi has all these colors. But yeah, at the end of the day, I do like it. I do feel like it's good. I do feel like the quality is good. I'm just kind of disappointed that it gets so hyped up and that people go on about it so much that it's almost disappointed me that it's not like eyeshadow pressed by God himself, you know? But I'm still probably going to get a lot of use out of it. I'm still going to love it. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a downer video. It's done what I wanted it to do. It looks good. It's, you know, I couldn't ask for more, basically. Yeah. I might film like a second part to this video and do like a couple swatches with this palette and trying to like dupe it out with my Chi Chi palettes and just see if in the big kind of rainbow palette that I have, I wonder if I can get all of these colors out of it. And then that way, you know, I feel like you wouldn't have to splurge on shipping and whatever. You can just go to Maya, go to Target, pick up a Chi Chi palette for $49. Like, or if you get them with the 30% off, it goes like $10 off. So it's even cheaper. Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know. We'll see how it goes with swatching. I could be wrong. It could be better than the Chi Chi ones. I'm just... I don't know. But anyway, I hope this has helped in some way. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe the color combo is pleasing to you and might inspire you to do this on yourself. I hope to see you, well, I won't see you, I hope you'll see me in my next video, and hopefully I will stick around and do more videos. I hope that I will. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to stick around and see more. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Makeup by Emmi. I post on there pretty regularly and you'll see all my client makeup and makeup I do on myself as well. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you so much and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Get on with it!